What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and we are back at it for part 2. So before I get into that though, I need something from you. I need you to like this video, share this video, and sub to the channel. So what we're going to talk about here are 10 different houses and my favorite fragrance from each one of these different houses. Just another opportunity to give you a peek at what's in my collection and things like that. So this is part 2. No further ado, we're not going to hold you too long. We're going to get right into it. From the house of Valentino, it is the original Valentino's Uomo. And this was a tough decision. This was a tough decision because I have a few from Valentino, a lot from the Born in Roma line, and it was just tough as it was hard to pick this one over Aqua. It was hard to pick this one over Intense. But at the end of the day, I just like this one the better. I just like this one the best. It's smooth, it's rich, it's creamy, it's spicy, it's masculine, it's sexy. Not that the others aren't, but this one just has a little something extra about it that I like. So from the house of Valentino, it is Valentino Uomo, the original. This next one from the house of Tom Ford. And this was a tough one as well. But from the house of Tom Ford, it is Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Now, if I had Gray Vetiver, the parfum, that would have been my pick because it is my favorite. And I like it more than I do Noir Extreme and Noir Extreme Parfum. And Costa Azura. I mean, all of them are good. All of them are good fragrances. And Tom Ford walks the line of niche designer, niche designer, niche designer. I mean, I guess there's two different ways you can look at niche. You can look at niche as simply it's not designer, or you can look at niche like, is it abstract? Does it only fit a certain demographic? Which would be honestly the true definition of niche. So in that case, maybe Tom Ford private blend or some of the private line stuff, you know. But stuff like this is definitely not niche. High-end designer, yes. But nonetheless, Gray Vetiver is one of my favorite scent profiles. I like this from the moment that I sprayed it. I have some EDP somewhere in a Scentbird decant. I need to dig that out. But nonetheless, from the house of Tom Ford, it is Gray Vetiver. And this one right here has got just a little bit of citrus running at the bottom mixed in with that vetiver. It just makes it a very mature, masculine, but not aged or dated fragrance. Perfect. Definitely signature scent worthy, especially if you're an office guy and you work at a bank or something like that. One of 2 fragrances that is on its double dip because I had so many Paco Rabanne Invictuses and 1 Millions that I felt like I should break it down into 2 parts. So that's what I did. We did Invictus already. Now it's time to do the 1 Million, and no secret, it is 1 Million's Privé. And I have no idea why they would discontinue such a beautiful, dark, rich, boozy, smooth, sweet, elegant date night fragrance. And that's what you have in this one. A little bit cacao-y, a little bit chocolatey, but at the same time, really, really good. I'm fortunate because I bought this in a gift set and there's my levels on it. It's still pretty much full because it came with a 10 mil travel item. I'll never forget, I was in TJ Maxx in Jasper, Alabama, Walker County, Alabama. And I was with my ex-wife. And she comes walking up with this 10 gift set. And she goes, do you have, and I'm in the cologne section. She came from the back of the store. She goes, do you have this one? And my face lit up. And I said, no, I don't have that one. And this was a few years ago. This was probably 6 years ago now. And it was this one. It was 1 Million Privé. And I was just like, wow, shocked to find this in a gift set at TJ Maxx, but I did. So from the house of Paco Rabanne, from the line of 1 Million, it is Privé. I'll go ahead and get the next one that's double dipping. From the house of Polo, we did Polo Blue. Well, this is from the Polo Red line because I had so many Polo Blues and so many Polo Reds. I had to pick my favorite from the Polo Red line, and it is Polo Red Extreme. Doing this video showed me one thing. I like deep, dark, rich fragrances. So from the house of Polo Red, it is Polo Red Extreme. And I'll tell you why this one. It's the coffee note in it. It's the coffee note in it. Even with Polo Red EDP, it still makes me think warmer weather. Even with Polo Red Intense, it still makes me think warmer weather. Polo Red Parfum and Polo Red Extreme, now they make me think fall and cooler weather. But it's the coffee note in this one that does it for me. Still bright, you know, still fruity, cranberry, but that coffee note blends in with this so well. I do wish the performance was better, but it does kind of hang around in your clothing and on your skin longer than you think so. You'll stop smelling it, but others around you will definitely still be able to smell it. From the house of Polo, it is Polo Red Extreme. Now, speaking of deep, dark, rich fragrances from the house of Perellis, and may have to do another one with Perellis too. I have to do in part 3 and part 4, because it's going to be a couple of parts to this video. Perellis M. Perellis M. And this is a clone of Chanel's Allure On. Atomizer is terrible. It's terrible. But it was a $20 fragrance. The atomizer is trash. It is trash. Bottle design is not the best. It is cheap. I almost played myself. There we go. It is a cheap bottle. Horrible design. I mean, you would expect much more from Perellis, the way their clothing and watches and fashion are, but you don't wear the bottle, you wear the fragrance. And this is a clone of Chanel. And it's a good one. It's a good one. Is it exactly like Chanel? No. Will it put you in the same wheelhouse? Yes. But nonetheless, it is my favorite from the house of Perellis. Slightly gourmandy, sweet, a little bit boozy, creamy, just easy to wear fragrance. From the house of Perellis, it is Perellis M. From the house of Issey Miyake. And I think I've got 4 more, guys. And we're going to wrap this up and let you get on about your day. I've got 4 more, and these are 4 good ones. These are 4 of the best in my collection, in my opinion. From the house of Issey Miyake. And I have several from Issey. And this one, to me, it may be a designer fragrance from a designer house, but it is definitely niche quality. And it is Nude d'Issey. And this is the EDT. I wish I could find the EDP. You know, I guess I could order it, but this is the EDT. And it looks black or brown, but it's actually blue. And this is just a rich, dank, earthy fragrance. And here's my opinion on niche, because we have this discussion all the time. You can look at niche one of 2 ways, and this is how I view niche. Niche is either it's made by a company that doesn't make anything but fragrances, or it's made to fit a certain demographic. If I sprayed this fragrance for 10 people, 5 of them are going to hate it, 5 of them are going to like it. Out of the 5 that like it, there's only going to be 2 of them that'll say, yeah, I would wear that. The other 3 that said they liked it won't wear it. They just don't dislike it. So 2 out of 10. That's, to me, what makes this a niche quality fragrance, well, a niche style fragrance. The quality is what makes it niche. It's one of those deep, dark, rich, dank fragrances. And I say again, everybody's not going to like this. This is not going to be made for everybody. And doesn't that kind of make it niche, sort of? Because that's what zoology does. They make weird fragrances that just smell good, but they're not for everybody. Same thing with this one. Not saying that this is niche. I'm just saying. Just shedding a little light, or my interpretation on the thing. Damn it. From the house of Armani. It is Armani Codes. Is this Profundo or Profumo? I do this every time with this. And I can't see it. Profumo. Armani Code Profumo. Weird, 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 but good. And Armani Code is one that is going to have, not Armani Code. Armani is a house that I'm going to have to do in 2 different segments as well, because even though this is my favorite, I've still got 7, 8, 9 from the Acqua di Gio line that I've got to touch on as well. I would be remiss if I didn't. But this one right here, even though it smells like a root beer, it still smells really good, really dressy, really nice. It's the type of fragrance that you can dress up or you can dress down. Definitely want to reach for this one in the wintertime on the cooler nights. Definitely a date night fragrance. A really good fragrance. Just a really, really good fragrance. From the house of Giorgio Armani, from the line of Armani Code, it is Armani Code Profumo. This is a good one. And I picked this up in Brentwood, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. Came in a gift set. I kept the big boy, sold the little boy to my boy, Justin Colebanks, up in Baltimore. All right, I got 3 more. This next one is just overlooked and people just act like it doesn't exist. From the house of Carolina Herrera. It is Carolina Herrera VIP Black. And this is a good one. This is a really, really good fragrance. I like it. I like it a lot. It smells good. There we go. I like it. You got a little bit of a fruitiness, a nice, clean, masculine sort of vibe going on with it. A little bit of darkness and a little bit of richness going through it, but it's not over the top with the darkness. It doesn't have like a coffee note or anything like that, but it's just one of those fragrances that you spray on and it smells really, really good. Nice, sexy, easy to wear type of fragrance. But nonetheless, from the house of Carolina Herrera, it is my favorite, and that's Carolina Herrera 212 VIP Black. This next one is definitely a high quality fragrance. It smells good. It is a nice fragrance. It is from the house of Hugo Boss, which is one of my favorite houses, and it is Hugo Boss Private Accord. And this one right here, boozy, cacao-y, chocolatey, slightly leathery, warm, inviting, just an easy to wear fragrance. From the house of Hugo Boss, it is Hugo Boss, the Scent Private Accord. This is a really good line as well. I have Private Accord and Intense, I think. But I like it. I like it. I think I want, what's the other one? The one in the black bottle, I think is pretty much just hard to get your hands on now. But I know Hugo Boss has recently released a lot of different fragrances in the Boss bottled line. And from what I've smelled, most of those are pretty good. I will try to add those to my collection in the upcoming years or so. But right now, I'm okay with Hugo Boss. But I have smelled a lot of them at the mall. Prices is still a little high on them. They are high quality, but they're still a little expensive. But the Private Accord from the Scent line, my favorite from the house of Hugo Boss. And last but not least, from the house of Lalique, it is Lalique's Ancre Noir L'Extrait. And this is definitely a niche quality fragrance. In my opinion, Lalique is a niche house. I understand that some of you disagree. That's perfectly fine. We can agree to disagree. But this is definitely my favorite from the house. It is rich, it is deep. You got that citrus mixed with that oud. It is oudy, it is woody, it is citrusy, it is warm, it is chocolatey. It is nice. It is a nice warm weather fragrance. It looks like something that you would drink, and it honestly smells like something that you would wear to a cigar lounge or a cigar bar. And it smells really, really good, to the point where it is my favorite from the house of Lalique. All right, guys, that is it. That is all 10 in part 2. 10 different houses and my 10 favorite fragrances from those 10 different houses. There will be a part 3 to this coming up in the next day or two, and a part 4 in the next day or two. So, and that may be it. 4 fragrances, 4 videos may get it. That may get it. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off of here, edit it, thumbnail it, and get it up to you. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.